important conversation this morning. Like I told you earlier, this week is Global Money Week, and as a result, we're having a very important conversation on financial literacy. Now, there are so many people who think that their biggest problem is that they don't have enough money or they don't get enough income. But the unfortunate thing is that sometimes, just sometimes, it is not a matter of low income, but it's a matter of low financial understanding and low level of financial discipline as well. That is actually making them go through what they go through financially. And so this morning we are actually having a good conversation on this right here on the show. I'm joined in studio now by two individuals who actually work with young people and all of that, and they are very much interested in financial literacy. Maybe I'll call them financial literacy advocates, but yes, of course, they have their own what do you call it? They have their own portfolios, really. I have in studio here Joshua Mensah. He is the executive director of Young Investors Network, and also Dr. Paul Appiah Konadu. He is a lecturer at Academic City University, and these are the two individuals I'm having this conversation with this morning right here on the Business Breakfast on Z. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, and thanks for having us this morning on your show.
Right, great. So that's Paul, and this is Joshua. Right, great to have the two of you. So let's start a conversation. And but how are you observing the Global Money Week? Are you making some more money, or what is happening?
So for us, we work with the Young Investors Network, and that's what we do. Over the past 10 years, we've been doing this Global Money Week with the OECD, and for us, it's a very good platform for us to showcase and also let people know about financial literacy, because we have professional financial illiterates in Ghana. There are many. So for us, we are very, very happy for this particular occasion.
Right. Okay. Paul, how about you?
Yeah, I think it's important that people get to know about financial literacy or know about how to manage money. It's very important. Like my colleague said, we have a lot of literates, right? Or even graduates that are financial illiterates who do not know next to nothing about budgeting, about savings, about investments. And when you talk of how macroeconomic variables like inflation affects their money, how exchange rates affects the value of money over time, people do not have any idea. And so we are not even able to protect the value of money over time, the time value of money, the fact that one cedi today is not the same as one cedi tomorrow.
Right.
And to even be able to manage debts. And
could that be why a lot of people are poor?
To the extent, yes, because Ghana have one of the informal sector economy. Yeah. And if you look at it, everybody say entrepreneurship, that's the growing phenomenon, right? But remember, if you have a business and you can't manage your money very well, it's going to affect you. And for me, I think that's one of the main reasons why business collapse is one of the main factors.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you don't understand how money works, it's going to affect you very well.
Yeah.
Because out of money that you received, there are two things that you get. There's a bread and there's a seed.
Right.
Now, people interchange because there's a need and there's a want.
Okay.
These two things, people thought like wants, and you start business now, you start buying cars. These are wants.
Right.
Okay. So basically, it's one of the main reasons why you see a young guy doing very well, because if he's not financially informed, he end up blowing the money and end up being.
And then they come back to zero. All right. Okay. So now let's get into the conversation proper this morning, and I'm going to start with you, Paul. So when we talk about financial literacy, what are we talking about? Is it just about saving, budgeting, and investing and all of that? What exactly is it?
Yeah, financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively apply knowledge relating to issues such as savings, such as budgeting, such as investing. In essence, being able to manage your money and get value out of money over time to be able to achieve financial independence. No one wants to go through financial stress, but sometimes people go through financial stress because the Bible says, "For the lack of knowledge, my people perish."
Yeah.
Because we are not even tracking our expenses, we do not even budget, so we are not even able to distinguish needs from wants. There are things we cannot do without: clothing, shelter, food. These are very essential. But there are nice haves, right? Or things that are nice to buy, which we can really avoid or make do without. And if you look at how much young people are spending even on credit, what I call the credit trap, the data trap. some are subscribing 10 cities, Ghana cities a day, MTN data. They'll go to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and it's gone. 10 cities a day. In a month, that is 300 Ghana cities.
Yeah.
In a year, that is 3,600 Ghana cities. If you're a student spending 4 years on campus, that is 14,400 Ghana cities in 4 years. That is significant. And if you are saving 5 cities out of that, that amounts to a little over 7,000 Ghana cities. And that is something you can use to start a small business after school. Instead of joining the Unemployed Graduates Association of Ghana, you probably could have started a Momo joint somewhere, which could have been grown over time. So for the lack of knowledge in financial management, a lot of young people are going through financial stress,
and they are going to perish. You want to say something?
I want to say something. I just have some statistics here for this particular topic. Right. For me, that's what we do. As of last year, we, as Young Investor Network, we empowered or trained 300,000 young people in Ghana. Yeah, with the Ghana Stock Exchange and After Bank, we went round across. So we do but I want to do the statistics here. So about 32% of Ghanaians are financially illiterate. That is serious.
What's the source?
Okay, the source for the World Bank. Okay, so we also have one there that says that 68% of the population, okay, may struggle with making financial informed decisions. Now, this is what I like very well. It said, globally, only 33% of adults are financially literate.
33?
Yes.
I see.
That is serious. Do you know,
so out of every 10 people, only 3 people.
Good. And do you know the issue? The reason why they say this, the OECD, one that's also nice. Yes. The reason why they say, well, people thought they are financially literate. Financially literate, it's not just you receive your money, you save money. You have to make informed decisions.
Right.
And what do you need to make information? One person said that the difference between the rich and the poor is information.
Yeah.
And if you are not well informed, you'll be deformed. And because look at what's happening. For example, you receive your salary, then you start blowing, you start buying iPhone and that stuff. But you are not informed that currently the stock market is what is running now.
Yeah,
it's not the bills and the bonds. So if you are informed, what is happening at the market? MTN is dominating very well. So if I buy MTN as a last month, I could make some gains there.
Yeah.
You are informed, not really about getting things done, but you know what is happening at a particular time. So financial literacy is not about you reading or you working. And it started from I do some 3 payment thing. Financial literacy starts from the time you receive your pocket money.
Okay.
So the issue is that at the pocket money, you are not earning money. You are receiving money. So as you receive money, that's the time you can use the money to learn all the mistakes.
Right.
Now, the good thing is that if you cannot manage your pocket money, which is from age 1 to 23 years in Ghana, and if you start working at 24 years to 60 years, you will find yourself wanting, because if you cannot manage your pocket money, you cannot manage your salary.
Very interesting. If you can't manage your pocket money, you can't manage your salary. And I think that is very true. I mean, I know a lot of people who started working, not the official work, but maybe national service, and they blew their money. After 1 year, they had nothing on them. And it is because they weren't able to manage their pocket money until then. And for some people, they are able to wake up and come back to themselves, and then they're able to make this. But there are other ones that just go through it. But our advice is that maybe your work should also target the national service people. Find a way to deal with them, because it's a very big problem that we have to deal with. But is financial literacy a skill? Is it a mindset, or both?
I think it is both. Because to be able to manage money and manage it well, you need the skills. You need to know about budgeting, right? Income and expenditure.
Right.
When it comes to your expenditure, you should be able to identify your needs and separate them from wants.
Okay.
You should have that scale of preference where you are able to prioritize. You have limited income, right? And so in allocating your incomes, you must be able to take care of your most important needs and then try as much as possible to minimize spendings on wants so that as much as possible, you can be able to save. And what we advocate is that people even save before you start spending. no matter how little your income is, because no amount of income will be enough for you. It is such that as your income grows, your expenditure catches up. Because if you are driving a small car, when your income grows, you probably want to have a Benz. So it is such that your expenditure can always catch up no matter how much you are earning.
Yeah.
And so the ability to save is a mindset. If you see money, like my colleague, Mr. Joshua said, out of any money that you receive, a part of it is meant to be spent. A part of it is a seed that must be grown to secure your financial future. Because whatever you spend goes out there. When you buy cocoa from the cocoa seller, it goes to the cocoa seller. Yeah. When you take trotro, you pay the mates, right? Accommodation goes to the landlord. What stays with you to build a financial future is the savings. And unfortunately, that is one thing that most people do not really think about. So if you have that mindset that there is a need to save, that out of any money I make, there is something that has to be put aside for a future, then you can apply the skills to be able to invest. You'll be able to know the right investment tools to adapt at any given point in time. Depending on your investment objective and your risk profile, you are able to identify which investment instruments to go into. I think it's a combination of the skills and it's also the mindset. Very, very important.
Right. Okay, so both of them actually come into play here. Now, why is financial literacy more urgent more urgent now than it was many years ago?
For me, I think that's very, very urgent now because people have realized that they make a lot of mistakes. Because if you look at growing up, you see a lot of people who have a lot of money. You know, remember, some of them now, they don't have that regular money very well because they couldn't manage the money. Yeah. You know, so it's the agency of financial literacy currently. That's why Global Money Week, you know, those times it was done with Appiah and the rest. I've worked with them, you know, in so many ways. Okay. Now the agency of OECD taking it up because there are a lot of young people who makes money from this gig and side hustle, so many things, and as I say, the national service. But you can get the money. Your ability to really, there are two different things. Getting the money and managing the money is two different things. So people are now getting the money. They know how to get the money. But managing the money is a very, very difficult thing for them. So for me, I think that the agency of financial literacy now, because look at the statistics that I gave you. I went to almost all I've taught over 200 schools last year, taking them through financial literacy education. Yes, over 200 schools last year. And trust me, even some of the teachers are not financially literate. Okay, so, and the good thing is that it's not taught in schools. Just imagine, everybody was given a skill. They give you a skill in school, you go to all the school from senior high school, JHS, SHS, tertiary, all of them. You get a skill and nobody teaches about money. And they are teaching you how to make money. But you make the money, but how to manage the money is not being taught in school.
So you think we are not doing enough in preparing young people?
Because, you know, I know, as Dr. Paul said, it's not about how much you earn. And that's the mistake people do. Oh, I want to work in Talo, the companies, big companies. You can earn the big money. Okay, but if you don't know how to manage it, you can squander it because there's something called the Pakistan law. The Pakistan law says that your income will rise, your expenses will rise to meet your income. And Paul said that if currently today I'm using this iPhone, first I was using like Samsung or maybe Huawei or any other. Okay, so right now my income is like 1,000 Ghana cedis, so I'm managing pure water. I'm taking sachet water, you know. But now, what happened? Increase my income to like 5,000. Bottled water. But sachet water is almost 50 pesos. Yeah. Bottled water is about 3 Ghana cedis. Look at the difference. So it's the agency of financial literacy for us, and as you said, I'm happy about the national service personnel. Because from there you have transition to work. Yeah. And then you start family. Because if you look at the poverty rates, as Paul said, it's your mentality. Yeah. Because there are people in Accra, I don't want to mention them, but they say that was
the language you spoke has given you away.
Anyway, there are people who say that, but you know, you have to save some.
And but I think it's something that is in several aspects of our society and different kinds of. I mean, not limited to but some people to also say that so we because of some of those things, people just spend their money anyhow and all of that. So you think we should bring that into our educational curriculum? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, please. That one is very important. I think that there should be a course, mandatory course, for part of the senior high school SHS. Wasi.
I even think it is too far. Because we have to start from the basics.
No, like before you pass the exam, it's part of it's a mandatory.
Yeah,
so
but I'm saying that I think that even not at the senior high school, junior high school, primary school.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit in junior high school on money skills, but not depth knowledge on that. I agree with you.
Yeah, but Doc, you are in academia, so how do you think we can incorporate that really?
Yeah, I think it is very, very important because now we are even advocating, but because of unemployment, universities should begin to integrate programs in entrepreneurship such that students are able to move from inventions to innovation, where they are turning their ideas, their inventions into marketable solutions, into solutions that are addressing societal needs. But to be able to build a sustainable business, you need to know how to manage money. You need to be able to separate business money from personal money so that you are able to really use the business money to invest in the business, to grow the business and be able to benefit out of it. And if you do not have skills in managing money, sometimes the business may not do that well. And so for these young people that we are encouraging to go into business, it's important that schools are integrating curriculum in financial literacy. It is very, very important. Some of us are just born with that consciousness, with that mindset. I started saving right from JSS. And I am that type, when I save and buy something with my own money, even from that formative years, it really made me happy and motivated me to save more. I think if many young people are exposed to the idea of savings, to financial literacy, to be able to try to squeeze something and save out of any little amount they get, it will really be of help. Because most young people have the mindset that the future is brighter, that I'll earn better in the future. And so when they are in the universities, when they are in senior high schools, the stipends their parents are giving them, they do not think of saving. And saving is a culture that must be imbibed right from the formative years. If you lose out at that point, not being able to internalize the need to save, you may start work, national service, you are earning 700 Ghana cedis, it is not enough. You get your first job, 2,000, 3,000 Ghana cedis, it is not enough. At the point you start a family, you are earning 5,000, it is still not enough. At the point, maybe earning 10,000, expenses are growing, it will still not be enough. So no amount of money will be enough for you at any point in time in your life. And so it's important that you have that consciousness to save so that you build buffers. For instance, one thing I always tell young people is to avoid the rent trap early in life in Accra, because that can drain you so much. You work so much and you carry all your savings in 2 years, go and give it. You even plead, landlord, please take my savings and allow me to save for 2 more years. The next 2 years, you go back. But if you had that consciousness right from your formative years, maybe by the time you come out of university, you already have a plan as to how you can save, buy land, and start something, even if it's a 2-bedroom self-contained. It could even be a 1-bedroom self-contained somewhere. You have your peace and you're able to avoid the rent trap. But if you are not conscious enough to do that, land prices are always increasing. So if it's 50,000 now and you think your income is not enough, you cannot buy. In 10 years' time, it will be 500,000. In 20 years' time, it will probably go higher. And so the difference between your income and what you need to be able to build those buffers prolong or become wider over time. And so today is the appropriate time. The time is now for us to start taking steps towards our financial future.
Okay, great. So just hold on for me. Exactly 32 minutes after 9. This is the Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM with me, Nichwebi Hammond. Well, if you just tuned in, we're having a conversation this morning on the importance of financial literacy. And I'm joined in studio by 2 individuals. I have Dr. Paul. Dr. Paul is with Academic University. Academic City University. Yes, I keep missing the city. Right. He is he's a lecturer there, and he's in studio with me this morning having this conversation. And I'm also joined by, okay, so Dr. Paul Appiah Konadu is the name, and also Joshua Mensah. He's the Executive Director of Young Investors Network. These are the two individuals I'm speaking with this morning. You can join the conversation by engaging us on our social media platforms. We're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Please drop a comment there. If you have questions, please drop it there. We'll read them for you. Also, you can send us a WhatsApp on 0544321019, 0544321019, and we'll also read your messages for you. If you want to call us, 03039566641, 03039566641, and then we'll give you the opportunity to ask your questions as well. All right, Doc and Dr. Paul Appiah Konadu and Joshua Mensah. Right, so let's continue the conversation. So beyond the things we mentioned that actually make it necessary for us to, as it were, get financially literate, I think that mobile money and digital finance has actually also increased the need for that. Do you agree, Doc?
Yes, I really agree. I was telling my students just last week that because we have our Momo wallets always with us, it has become more convenient to spend now. So sometimes if you are not careful enough, and if you don't restrain yourself, you do a lot of impulse buying just because you have access to money. And so with the advent of digital platforms, it is important that young people have that consciousness of the need to be able to save, such that you put a ceiling on your spending. You put a cap on your spending. So in a week, I am spending 300 Ghana cedis. And you try to allocate that to your most important. What are my most important needs? Food, right? Yeah. And as much as possible, to minimize spending on food, I always encourage my students that buy groceries and cook instead of buying from outside. Okay. Because if you are buying breakfast from outside at the University of Ghana now, cocoa and kose, you will spend no less than 15 Ghana cedis. In the afternoon, if you want to eat a simple plate of rice, that is also about 30 Ghana cedis, right? That gives us 45. In the evening, another 30 Ghana cedis. That gives you around 60 Ghana cedis a day. In 10 days, that is 600 Ghana cedis. In a month, that is 1,800 Ghana cedis. How much are your parents giving you? Even if they are giving you 2,000, you can minimize expenses on feeding by buying groceries, trying to prepare food in your hostel. That helps you to save so much. Then we come to transportation. Some of the students are so used to Ubering, so used to taxifying, Yangoing. So you are going for lectures twice in a day. From the hostel, they will Yango, 20 Ghana cedis. In and out, that's 40 Ghana cedis. So if you have lectures twice in a day, that is about 80 Ghana cedis gone on transport. Yeah. But maybe you could have gotten up early, make sure you prepare in advance, and take a walk. 20 minutes. It's even exercise. Yeah. Right? So you benefit in terms of physical you're also able to save some money. And also saving. Transport, especially the ladies. It's one area that is taking a lot of resources from our young people. Then the data trap I spoke about. And for data, I always encourage, if you can, do the bulk bundle. Like MTN, for instance, I do the 399. The last time I did it, they gave me 314 gig. 314, and I use it for 10 months. Sometimes a year. I do it for my wife. She uses it for 1.5 years. Wow. The last time I speak to
unlimited, eh?
Yes, it's unlimited. Okay. It doesn't expire. I was with a colleague. I told him I buy data 399. It takes me this long. He said, that's too much. I buy 20 Ghana cedis a week. Then I did a calculation with him. 20 Ghana cedis a week. That is 80 Ghana cedis in a month. So if you are doing that for 10 times, 50, that is 800 Ghana cedis, right? 960 for a year. And I get it for 399. Meanwhile, I get value for money. Because the 20, you don't get more than 1 gig for 20 Ghana cedis. That's true. But for the 300 that I get, if you check 1 gig, it's about 1 Ghana cedis. So when you buy things in bulk, it helps. Even for groceries, I go to the market with my wife once a week. We buy everything in bulk. So if it's rice, 50 kg, you buy. That way you save. Because if you are buying 1 cup every day, that is 10 cedis. The full bag, yesterday I went to the market, 540 Ghana cedis. And they are selling 1 cup to you for 10 cedis. So by the time you buy 100 cups, which is the full bag, you have paid 1,000 Ghana cedis. Right? Yeah. Let's buy things in bulk. It really helps. These are strategies we can use.
We'll talk more about the strategy shortly. Now, there are people that know that they have to save, but they are unable to. why is that the case, Joshua?
So it's the mindset, okay, and people are used to growing up. When your parents give you money, I look at the foundation stage, because whatever you learn is foundation. You learn from the time you grow up. So it's like you learn your attitudes or the way of the culture, way of doing things at your foundation level. So if you, I always say that if you cannot manage your current situation, for example, in 10 years of your life from now to now, okay, where you are now, the 10 years from your life, what the decision that you make 10 years ago made you at where you are now. So, for example, young people of today know that, yes, when they get money, they are following friends, data, they let's go and chill, have fun and other things. They've not planned their life. Most people don't plan. There's one key reason is planning. People don't just plan their life. People just live their life anyhow. So, for example, when the money comes, the money has to finish. You are working, you have some $100 in your pocket. You are working at La Paz. They say, oh, they say 10. Then they call me. But the money will say, I'm here, use me. Yeah. But if you have planned, you know that yes, this money is being an assignment. Every money should have an assignment. Right. So, for example, when I get money, anytime I receive any money, I know this money goes to investments. You pay God, you do this. It's like having a plan for all the money. And even I used to have a friend on campus. Like when the guy, we call him IMB. It's not in my budget. That's his name. Budget. It's not my budget. So anytime I thought you ask him money, it's not my budget.
Right.
Plan, budget, so for
that's
money.
Discipline.
Discipline. And the reason why is that most people are not disciplined. So you give money right now. For example, if you give you 1,000 Ghana cedis, you go to a school, give everybody 10,000 Ghana cedis, and come back again the next 2 years. Those people who have more money, okay, those people, the money that those who have the 10,000 Ghana cedis, the money will go to those who are disciplined. That 10,000 cedis will go back to those who have more money now. Yeah. Because people spend anyhow. They don't plan to spend. They spend anyhow. And one thing I always tell young people is that think about tomorrow. Think about tomorrow. And there's a scripture in the Bible, okay, in the parable of the talents. Yeah. Whatever you have, if you don't manage it from you, if you do it very well, it will take it away from you and give to someone who's managing well. Yeah, and true. You become a slave to that person.
That's why they say the poor will always be with us.
Yes.
The rich was
because you want to get all the opportunities. You will get opportunities. Everybody will get opportunity. In this world, everybody will get opportunity. I was at UPSA yesterday and I was just telling them about the investments with the stock exchange, about the what MTN is doing and everything. Yeah. Warren Buffett says that he bought his first share at the age of 11 years, Coca-Cola share, and even was late. That's what I was telling us. How many young people are afraid? You know, to my surprise, most young people don't know about the stock market.
Yeah, that's true. Interestingly, let me just share my story because I mean these things that you're talking about. I'm a young person and I've been through it, and so I've also learned some of the things. The first time I bought stocks, I just saw it on this thing. I didn't even know what it is. I didn't even go into researching and all of that. I just saw it and they were selling it. I think I was 75 pesos. MTN stock sometime back. Yeah. 75 pesos or so. I just saw it and I had some money on my Momo. Well, maybe you might have been indisciplined there, but it's actually benefited me over time because I just did a transaction, sent some money to them, and I bought some of the shares. I didn't even know what it was, but I kept it. And today, that 75 pesos that I bought, I think now is around 6 cedis.
6.3.
6 cedis. So I've given over time. Yes. So I think that we need to teach people to be able to understand some of these things. Yeah. But how do we move from the intention to I want to save, I have to save, I know I have to do it, I have to budget, I have to do this, I have to do that, to actually being consistent with it? Doc, are you able to help?
Yeah, I think as part of the mindset change, we need to value savings and investment over products. A lot of people will value gadgets, for instance. So when he has an iPhone, somebody said when you go to check these days, and among those dancing, those that have raised their phones this way, a lot of them are the iPhone users. Yeah, right. They value products. They want everybody to see that
they have iPhones.
They are the iPhone class, right? They are in the higher class. If you rather valued savings and investment. You will probably put that money into maybe MTN shares, put it into a real investment where you set up a side business to be able to diversify your income. So let's learn to postpone gratification.
Okay.
Right? If you spend all your money now, you want to satisfy yourself now. You want gratification now. What about tomorrow? When we came out of school after our masters in 2013, we got a part-time job and we got some good money. Some of my colleagues, once they got the money, they started buying private cars. I rather chose to buy land at the time.
At the time, wow.
With a private car, this is an asset, a liability, which to you is an asset.
It's an asset,
It's a leakage. Because you'll be buying fuel.
All the
expenses
time.
will come in.
Yeah.
You go to places which,
maintenance,
without a car, otherwise you wouldn't have gone. Friends, certain people will be closer, certain ladies will be closer to just because you
have
driving.
a car. That's true.
That will also bring an expense.
Friends can relate.
So that's a liability. That to you are seen as an asset, which is taking so much from you. I'd rather use that money to buy land.
Right.
And once I had land about 10 years ago, I was incentivized to start building blocks and building. And 10 years afterwards, I moved into my own home.
Wow.
I have been able to avoid the rent trap. One of my colleagues came to my house about 2 years ago. They was like, wow, Paul, how did you do this?
Do it?
Because you have not gotten a job in a big-time company, a multinational company, right? And so how did you do it? But it's all about that conscious and having a financial plan, having a clear plan. And once you have a plan, you are able to align your finances. You are able to budget and make sure that you prioritize important strategic investments in your plan.
Right.
And whatever is left, you can manage. Because money is such that if you set your that in a month I'm spending 2,000 Ghana cedis, you can do it. Because people are living on the minimum wage of 20 cedis, 70 pesos a day, which is about 580 Ghana cedis a month with families. And so if you are a young person without any additional responsibilities and you are earning 4,000, you are telling me you cannot save because of rent in Accra, because of high transportation costs in Accra, because of feeding in Accra, you have no excuse. You can't be able to save. It is possible. And if you don't save today to build a formidable financial future for your in the future, you are really going to struggle when you bring in somebody's daughter and the kid starts coming and you start paying school fees and you are still paying rent. You start giving feeding fee per child every morning.
Let me just add something to it, what Paul just said. You know, I believe in one thing called the value system. And Paul mentioned it, value system. Whatever you value will determine where you'll be tomorrow. Okay, so people value big stuff. I want to have this money. So when I give you money, when you receive money right now, what you value will be dominating in your money system.
Okay.
So, for example, I met a lady friend who wants to have a plot of land he wants to build, and that time he have her close. I was then working in the investment bank, so he have her close to 200,000 Ghana cedis. So he wanted to go and build the house, and I told her, okay, wait, can you do what you call delayed gratification? Okay. Don't do the instant gratification, as Dr. Paul said. So what we do was that she put the money in treasure bill. That time the interest rate was so high, and she started taking the interest of the 200,000 cedis to buy the sand and stuff, and she bought a house. Wow. Look, so what you value will dominate your money system. For example, I met one lady during our programs and said that she can't save, and I told her that okay, now she should do this. She said she doesn't know where her money goes. Okay. And I said that okay, I can predict that she should write all money that comes in, but I can predict that MTN will dominate in the money system. And 3 months later, she came to me and said, MTN leading. Because the data are exploring you know, because Chinese is serious. It's serious. I always share these three things. There are 3 stages in life. The foundational stage is from 1 to 23 years. This stage, you don't pay anything. Your parents give you all the money. That's true. You get the pocket money. You don't earn, you receive.
Well, that's for most people, though.
Yes. Yeah. But if you are 2 years, 3 years, you don't earn. Well, the time you start your standards, like 50, 60, 70 years. But you don't earn. You receive money. Yeah. Okay. But that's the time that you have to make sure that actually you are getting all the networking. You are making sure that you are because you are not spending money. Yeah. When you wake up in the morning, Daddy, my school fees. Daddy, this, you go to hospital for free, you don't care. Nothing. But from 24 years upwards, because now it changes. 20 years, you are outside, about 24 years, or 25 years, 26 years, to 60 years is the longest stage of your life. That's where you pay. Paul mentioned school fees.
Yeah.
You pay bola fee, electricity bill. You pay rent. Rent in Ghana, cry here. You know where we are right now? Here is one of the primary.
That's true.
It's expensive.
Very expensive.
Very expensive. You pay. Then the deaccumulation stage is the retirement stage.
Okay.
So if you don't treat your foundation stage very well, your deaccumulation stage is where you start begging. Charlie, people come and visit you, and it's only one pack of ice water. You're fighting on it because you don't have money.
It's true. Very, very, very serious things that we're talking about this morning. Yeah, but let me announce the phone lines for the last time. So if you're just tuned in, this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM with me, Nicholas Hammond. And this morning we're talking about the importance of financial literacy. We've made a lot of progress on the conversation. I mean, on this particular topic. Dr. Paul is one of my guests. Dr. Paul Appiah Konadu. He is a lecturer at Academic City University, and also Joshua Mensah is the executive director of the Young Investors Network. These are the two individuals who are helping us make sense of the topic today. You're free to join the conversation. Send me your messages on Facebook at ZFMGH and also on YouTube at Z Multimedia. We're streaming live on those platforms. And also you can send me a WhatsApp on 0544321019, 0544321019. And we'll read your messages for you. You can also call us on 030395661, 030395661, and we'll give you the opportunity to ask your questions and make your comments this morning. All right. So now let's talk about actually taking control of all of these things, because it's very important that, like we've all said, it's very important that we become financially literate. So let's say there's somebody listening to us. You don't know where to start from. How do I begin to be financially literate? How do I begin to do the things that we're talking about this morning? Where do I start from, Doc?
The Bible says, in all you're seeking, seek knowledge. So the knowledge is very important for some people who do not know anything about budgeting. Okay. It's important that you start reading about budgeting and how to develop a personal financial budget. And then also... So
should they focus on budgeting first, savings, or maybe even...
You need to have that consciousness to save.
Okay.
Right? And then to be able to save, the budgeting is a tool.
Okay.
That helps you to track your incomes and then your expenses. And like I said, you prioritize savings. So among your expenditure items, savings should be the first one. You set a target. So if I'm earning, let's say 3,000, I want to save a minimum of 20%.
Okay.
So that's 600 Ghana cedis. You itemize it and put it aside. So after paying your tithe, if you're a Christian or whatever commitments you have, then you can manage with whatever is remaining. So you strategize, try to cut expenses here and there to be able to fit your expenditure to your income. And then also one thing I think people have to do is to learn to diversify income.
Okay.
Depending on one income source in this economy,
you can
it's
never
something that can stress you so much. And so it's important that even as you seek financial independence, even as you seek knowledge in financial literacy, as part of it, you should learn to diversify income. If you have a regular job, that's a paycheck, that's fine. You may never be rich with a paycheck, right? Most of the people that are rich are people that are investing in stock market, people that are setting up their own businesses, earning profits and all that. So whatever you are doing as young people, let's seek to diversify our income. And sometimes the little things we ignore, those are the things that can make us financially free. For instance, I'm a teacher. I do research. I earn something in the advocacy we do. Sometimes things also come from there. We are doing entrepreneurship training. Something comes from there. But aside all that, when I'm moving from my house, I'm at Nsawam, coming to work at Acho, or even coming here this morning, I see people standing by the roadside. And I'm driving, I'm alone in the car. It's the same food I'll buy. Why can't I pick them?
Yeah.
So I pick them.
Okay.
From Nsawam to Pokuyase, I take 10 cedis, 40 Ghana cedis. Wow. From Pokuyase to Achimota, 10 cedis. That is 80 Ghana cedis. Sometimes when I drive through the N1, I take to Accra Mall 10 cedis. So by the time I get to Accra Mall, I have 120 Ghana cedis.
Okay,
so there are days. Last week, there was a day, by the time I got to I had 300 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
And that money, when you aggregate it in a week, so let's say averagely I'm getting 100 Ghana cedis a day. That's 500 Ghana cedis a week. In a month, that is 2,000. My fuel cost for a month is about 1,200. So that takes care of my fuel and even 800 for maintenance. If I take that from my salary, the money is never the same.
That's true.
So do not ignore little avenues to be able to earn additional income. It is also very, very, important. And then that desire to impress people, that quest to impress people. There are people that spend not for themselves, but because of what others will say. There was a young man who wanted to rent. He got a place for 500 Ghana cedis, but he looked at the place and told himself, what if my colleagues come to visit me? What would they say? Because of that, he went for 1,000 Ghana cedis, just to impress colleagues who may not come anyway, who may come but once in a month. What about you and your future? It is very important that we are able to do away with that desire, that quest to impress people. So you are buying designer clothes just because your friends are wearing it, just because you want to attract interest from certain kind of girls who may not be interested in you in a way, who may break your heart in a way. So it's important that we prioritize ourselves and impress ourselves by saving and building a formidable financial future for ourselves. It is very, very, very important.
Okay, Joshua, do you have anything to add to that?
Oh yeah, for me, I always say that value or believe in little beginnings. Try the Bible says that do not despise your little beginnings. Whatever money that you are receiving now, okay, manage it very well. Sometimes it's good for, don't be greedy, but get the information that you need. Okay, so get the stock market information, the T-bill, the mutual funds, the bonds, wherever the investment is. Seek a proper financial advisor who is licensed, who can give you all this information. Don't just go out to anybody. Everybody is doing this. No, because get rich quick schemes is all over. Online and business. Everybody wants, if it's too good to be true, don't do it. I'll give you 80% of interest and stuff and no. Be careful. Know where you put your money. Because I always say that the rich don't all the time work for money. They allow money to work for them.
True.
So if you are working, how do you allow money to work for you? Currently, right now, if you buy data right now, working for me because I own MTN shares. I have a friend. I have a friend who I was just buying yogurt. I said, "Oh, thank you very much for buying farm milk." I said, "Why? You own farm milk shares?" So next week, MTN is paying dividends. Next week. And just imagine, look at people who are doing a lot of betting and other stuff. Get rich quick scheme. Manage this little that you have. Put it down. Put the small things down and plan your expenditure. Don't just buy. Everybody is buying. You have to buy. Plan. In my house, before you buy tablets, you save to buy. You don't just buy. Okay. So I believe that this is a very good conversation, and that's what we do at Young Investors Network. We go according to all the schools. Last year, we do what we call the National Investment Quiz Competition. This is the only quiz that promotes financial literacy in the country. And over the years, we've been helping a lot of students, just like the NSMQ. This is an NIQ, and I hope that this time around we'll really come on board with you too.
Sure, I mean, we are the only business morning show, and even business, we focus on business, lifestyle, and leisure.
Wow,
we don't do politics or anything.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we are a better partner. So the best partner actually to do that. Yes. So, all right, but our time is up. Let me just take your final thoughts. Or those are your final thoughts. Maybe just final thoughts, and then we can go.
Yes, something shortly. For young people out there, I want to tell them that your future is in your hands, and it's important that you take those baby steps towards becoming financially independent. Financial independence is if your investments and incomes, other than your regular paycheck or 5 to 8 kind of work, can take care of you for 1 year without you having to step out there and work, then you have financial independence. Let's prioritize financial independence. Let's put money aside, investing into our future to secure financial independence. It's very, very important. When you are buying, think about the long-term implications of your purchases today. We come back to here too.
Okay. So my last one is, I'll say that knowledge is not that powerful. The application of knowledge that makes knowledge powerful.
Okay.
So you need to apply the thing that you have shared here. Okay, let's try. They can call you. We are there to help them. You can go to all the investment companies and everything. Apply the thing that we shared here. Because this platform is a very great platform and I want to commend Zed for what you are doing as a financial literacy advocate. We've been doing this for 17 years.
Wow.
And what I'm seeing now is great. And we'll really partner you to do more advocates for that.
Sure.
But all the young guys out there, remember to put God first. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Put God first, and of course, take control of your money as well. So those were my guests, Dr. Paul Appiah Konadu. He is a lecturer at the Academic City University, and also Joshua Mensah is the Executive Director of Young Investors Network. These are the two individuals who joined me this morning for our big conversation right here on the Business Breakfast on Z. And thank you very much to for also joining right from 6:15 till now. We've learned a lot from today's conversation. The knowledge is very, very important. You have to be financially literate to be financially independent, and it takes savings, budgeting, and all of those things to be able to do that. And we said that whatever we've spoken about here, make sure that you put it into practice. The Bible says that if you hear a word and you don't put it into practice, what you've done is that it's like somebody who has watched his face in the mirror and turned back without remembering what they look like. So whatever we shared here, make sure you put it into practice. We're going to still have a conversation and then we break it down a bit further. Maybe savings, budgeting. We'll try to help you how to do it very well. Maybe next week we can do that. And so please stick and stay with us right here on Z101.9 FM. My name is Nitra B. Hammond, and we're back again tomorrow for more